Hey Husker fans, Sam McKewon with the Omaha World-Herald and Husker Extra. This is our post-spring recap for the defensive backs. So let's get right into it. Nebraska's got a pretty good and pretty experienced secondary, okay? That's where they have the most depth and the most experience. At safety, you've got two guys at Rover, both started last year. This is going to be an interesting conversation. Isaac Gifford, Miles Farmer, that's the third middle safety. You got safety, you got the guy in the middle. He can come down, he can go back. There's a lot of things he can do. That's the Rover. That's Gifford or Miles Farmer. That's pretty interesting that the two guys are kind of battling at that position. It's always possible that Gifford and Farmer can both play safety, but for the time being, those two guys are your Rovers. Then Farmer can also be a safety. At the safety spots, I think Nebraska feels pretty good about what they've got. Marquise Buford will be back in the fall, so he's not healthy right now. He's still rehabbing that injury, but he'll be back in the fall. Corey Collier and Omar Brown were the guys that started in the spring game. I think Nebraska likes what those guys are doing. Brown's coming toward the end of his career, and I think he's starting to figure out, hey, if I'm going to do anything, it's got to be done now. Corey Collier is that transfer from Florida. We talked a lot about the other transfer, Chief Borders, but I suspect Collier is the guy that could play a little bit earlier. I think they like the depth back there too, and Deshaun Singleton. There might be even a little Javier Morton. They can even move Malcolm Hartzog back to safety if they absolutely have to. The corner situation, it's interesting. So they've got basically three corners they feel pretty good about. Quentin Newsome, Malcolm Hartzog, and yes, Tommy Hill. Yes, that's the guy that came back from the position, from wide receiver, back over to corner. He's probably your number 3 guy. Number 4 guy might be Dwight Boodle. Yes, that's right, the true freshman, the younger brother of DiCaprio Boodle. I think Nebraska's got to get more corners. I think they have to get more comfortable at that position because if Hartzog or Newsome gets banged up, you're in a tough spot right away. There are going to be circumstances where you can put Tommy Hill on the field and you can move Hartzog to safety. The two guys that I don't think you're going to see leaving the field very much at all, Hartzog and Newsome. Okay, that's our post-spring recap for the defensive backs. Thanks, Husker fans.